In light of God's mercies, what should we do? Well, we should decide to give ourselves entirely to God. Now, that's His will. How do you do that? Offer your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your spiritual act of worship. Offer your bodies a living sacrifice. Now, in the first century culture, every god had a temple, and every temple had all kinds of acts of worship. This god demands, this god demands, this other god demands this. You offer what he's demanded, and that was your act of worship. And Paul says, because of what God has done for you through Jesus, give yourself as a sacrifice. Now we understand an altar with a fire burning and sacrifices tossed on the fire and the sacrifices burned up. And Paul says we're going to give ourselves to God as a sacrifice. God wants you. You are a living sacrifice. You're going to live. Now listen, this living sacrifice, this act of worship has nothing to do with what you do on Sunday morning. Could get a little confusing. Stand, sit, stand, raise your hands, clap your hands, sing a few songs, pray, say a creed, give your money. A worship service might confuse you. You might think that these are the things you do during a Sunday morning as your act of worship to God. But the truth is, God only wants you. This is what the entire Bible is all about. God is saying, I want you. Well, how much should I give? No, the giving just shows where your heart is. He wants you. He wants your heart. God is not short of cash. He doesn't need your money. He says, I want you to offer yourself entirely to me. That's what God wants. Now, you are the sacrifice. There's something about a sacrifice. Once you give the sacrifice, you don't get it back. It's consumed. So we're to give ourselves to God, and we're to be consumed by God. That is what the verse means to the entire church family of God. We know it isn't about our style of worship or the songs we sing. It's about being a living sacrifice to God and being consumed by Him.